Hello YouTube and welcome to another video. Today I will try my best to be on the attacking front of the drill section on chess.com. So in this first drill I am white and I have much better development as you can see, but there's a little downside to that as well because right now my pawns in the center, as you can see, is actually blocking my own pieces. So even though I am further developed, I'm having somewhat of a hard time figuring out where to put my pawns because I would like to open up for this bishop, right? But then this bishop kind of gets blocked in, and that's why I don't like bringing all my pawns um, in the middle of the board, because the bishops are getting so restricted by those pawns. And if your bishops are restricted by your own pawns, then there's something wrong with your game. And I play a lot of games where that actually happens, and I should have made better decisions earlier in the game. But in this case, white is developed much more than black, and I believe that if I were to have, like, let's say 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 moves before my opponent, I would somehow go for something more open, because my bishops actually isn't that great right now, as I said. But alright, so what do we want to play? I really want to bring my rook into the game, but I also just want to open up my bishops here. So, what do we play? And my queen is kind of stuck on d1 for now. And I don't want to rush things like knight to e5 just yet, because I don't have any. That would be premature, because my bishops would need to get active, and my queen would need to get to some degree to a better square. So let's say queen here and here, for instance, just gang up on the g7 pawn. That might be a possibility. So what we could do is play d5, and I also like d5 because after e5 and d6, he actually opens up for his queen and bishop in one move. But after d5, we open up for our bishop here. And this bishop doesn't really do much on this diagonal right now. Now does it? In the future, this diagonal might become really important, because if he castles kingside, both of these bishops are going to be huge attackers. But right now, I think my best shot is playing d5, opening up for this bishop, maybe bring my queen over to g3, and probably play f5 and e5 later. So I'm going to do that. Let's play d5. And yeah. And the computer agrees with me, actually. It says that the best move in the position was d5. It says, excellent move. d5 exclam. All right. So now what do we want to play? We could play e5 right away, actually. Because after this now, I actually get to open up for both of my bishops if he takes. And if he doesn't take, let's say after e5 he plays his bishop to g4. I think I can bring my queen to e1, unpin my knight on f3, and also try to get my queen to g3. Yeah, it looks promising. Let's see what the computer has to say about that. And again, e5 was the best move. Okay, so I don't want to take with the knight, because if I do, I will have this pawn blocking my own rook, right? And the f7 square is so tender. So I would like to take with the pawn, maybe even play e6 later on. But after I take, probably will play e6 himself, or probably bishop g4 and then e6. But this rook going for that f7 pawn might prove very useful indeed. And the computer agrees. The best move was f captures e5. And he plays e6. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that he would do that. Uh-huh. But we don't have to worry about that, do we? If it takes, we can simply take back with our knight. And I think that is quite promising for us. Because if it then plays c6, that further stops his development, because his knight can't come to c6, but it has to go to d7 or a6. So yeah. But what to play? We could go for rook ac1 now, because if it takes, we also have the possibility to capture with our c pawn, and that actually prevents black from playing knight to c6. And we have these huge 2 pawns right there attacking both c7, f7, potential attack at least, and maybe, let's say, knight to b5 attacking this pawn further, trying to get in this fork maybe, I don't know. So probably after rook a to c1, he will play something like bishop to c5 check, just to develop a piece with tempo. And after king to h1, maybe knight to e7. I don't think he wants to release the tension here, although he should, because he wants his other bishop out. Let's say to g4. But just developing. He wants rapid development as well, but he doesn't know how to do that right now because I'm so much more developed. Yeah, I'm thinking rook a to c1, because after this move, king goes here. He can't really take without losing a tempo himself, because then he has to protect that knight. I mean that bishop, but he can do that with his knight. Then I have e6. E6 looks then just killing. So I'm going to do that. Rook a to c1. So the computer says that the best move was knight to e4. And probably what it means is that knight to e4 prevents bishop from coming out to c5 with a check and winning a tempo on my king and developing. But yeah. Excellent move. The best move was king to h1. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alright, so knight to a6. I would very much like to just restrict that knight right now by playing a3. But if I do that, am I losing? I'm letting him kind of get into the game now, aren't I? So if I don't play a3, he can play knight to b4 himself, attacking both my bishop and my pawn here. That can simply be guarded by this move. And then if he takes, I take back. He can't really take further with his knight, because it's guarded by both my knight and queen. So I think I'm safe. I don't think I have to cover b4. I think it's a useless threat right there, knight to b4. But what if he plays c6 later? Yeah, then I have d6. I like d6. But it could be fun to actually play a3 and then b4 anyways. To get his bishop back to e7 probably. He wants this knight out, that's for sure. But you know what? Why not bring our queen here? Yeah, that's why. Knight to b4. So let's play a3 first. Just restricting. Bishop to e3. Okay. So the computer said that a3 was an excellent move, but the best move was still knight to e4. Okay. Okay, let's just play rook to c2. Now let's bring our rook to e2 and bishop back to h6. All right. Can we play d6 here? C captures d6, e captures d6, and queen captures d6, and then knight to b5. Ah, no, I can't, can I? Or does it work? Maybe even knight to e4 after that. So d6, c captures, e captures, I'm sorry, queen captures, then knight to e4. I don't think knight b5 achieves much. But knight e4 on the other hand seems like it's killing. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, the computer said that d6 was the best move. Knight to f5. And yeah, I can I can stop saying what the computer said. That's just kind of stupid, isn't it? I'm going to take. And if you haven't checked out the drills yet, I can't get any suggestions from the computer here. There's this thing called the computer coach on chess.com that simulates playing versus an opponent, but it is in a given position on the chessboard. And that's why it can say to me what the best move was or is, but only after I've played my move myself. So he captures back, of course. And I don't want to take on c7. I do not want to take on c7. Then he can trade queens and be quite happy about his position. But what do I have here? I mean, knight to d5. And he can't take on d6 either. So he has to probably castle. But then I can take on c7, can't I? Knight captures c7, knight captures c7. Pawn captures c7. And if queen captures d1 there, rook captures d1. Let's say bishop to e6. Yeah, it doesn't look that good. He gets rapid development from that. What about e6? Can I give away the exchange here? Play e6, bishop captures, rook captures, pawn captures. We could play this move. But I don't threaten b5 because after b5 he still has this c5 square. And I don't know. But I like my chances if I play knight to d5. So if pawn captures there, pawn captures. If queen captures, I think I have just knight to f6 check, winning the queen. So he can't take, but he can play c6 though. That gives me a really strong d pawn, past d pawn. I'm gonna do that. Bishop e6, yeah. And the thing is, I think he can take, and if I take back, I might have a superior position. Well, my position should be superior anyways, but still, this isn't a walk in the park. I'm playing versus the computer right now, so it isn't easy. It isn't easy at all. If I play b4, I'm kind of forcing him to take, at least after b5. What about b4 castles, and then b5 takes, takes. Now, but then he can take here, can't he? So I have to take back with my queen, threatening this knight, and probably b6, strengthening that knight so that I can't capture it. Actually, can I force him to capture if I play knight to d4 here? Knight d4, he can probably just castle. I mean, I've given away my light squared bishop, so if it takes here then, and I take back, or even if I just take here and he gets to take back, I have to move this knight on d5. And also I would kind of open up for his rook right here, although my rook would then too be opened. I don't like that, because then he strengthens this pawn. What if I take, he takes back, and then I take with check, so he has to capture, and then play queen to d6. That looks more promising at least, but maybe not trading queens is a good idea, as I said earlier. So maybe capture, capture, capture with check, queen captures, and then yeah, but my point with queen to d6 was that he couldn't castle right away, so he would have to take, and then I take back with my pawn, get this bishop in aligned on this long diagonal without my pawn blocking it, because it's here, right? And yeah, it looks really good. Let's do it. Okay, so he doesn't want to trade queens. I understand that. I totally understand that. So now if I play b4, this c4 pawn might get weak, and he might get this bishop skewering both my rooks. And he threatens to play this move right here. Maybe I was onto something with another move earlier. Maybe knight g4 wasn't that bad, actually. Now that I think about it again. Not now, of course. That wasn't what I wanted. But actually, I want to go back. Let's go back. Bishop e6. Was it this position that I thought about that? Yes, it was. So knight to d5, not capturing, not letting his queen out, because he gets too much activity there, and letting him just trade off his knight, I think is really bad. Once I got to that position, I realized that He's cramped here. He doesn't have a lot of options. So knight to d4. Um, I don't know what he should play. Let's say he plays c6. That doesn't help his knight in any way, but it might get to kick this knight away. But then I could play knight to f4. If he takes with his only good piece, I take back. Yeah. Okay, queen to d7. He wants to get to castle queen side here. He notices that my bishop is attacking the g7 pawn, and also he might have some pawn storming going on later in the game. All right. Can I play this move though? Then I am forcing him to actually take. Then I would have to capture back with my queen. I can't capture back with my knight, my pawn there, because then he can capture my knight there. But knight here, bishop captures, queen captures. And if it then castles, I can simply pick up the a7 pawn. And let's say knight to b5 and c6. I think I have this move anyways. Forking the king and the queen, the king and the rook. If it takes, I'm going to take back and reinforce the threat. And if it doesn't take, let's say he puts his king to f8 or d8, then I'm still just going to take that rook. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Now I'm not entirely sure. He castled kingside. I managed to keep him off the queen side though, but maybe that wasn't such a big deal anyways. Maybe he didn't want that because of my pawn here. Like he would lose all his shelter for his king. What should I do now? That's the real question. Because now I'm feeling like he's getting somewhere. And yeah, the computer's evaluation has dropped quite a bit. I mean, I could give a check, but I don't see the necessity of that. I could try to gang up on this pawn. But if I play this move, and he plays bishop to e3 maybe, bishop f3, yeah, that kind of helps me, probably. And my queen doesn't have any good square right now. As I said, this is like it is a free pawn. But after he takes and I take, maybe that isn't such a dumb idea actually. Maybe I should do that. Capturing, if he captures, then I capture back, and let's say rook to c8, and I can let that knight stay there forever. But what if knight captures? I mean, yeah, that was not the knight I wanted, but he takes, so then it doesn't matter. All right. And rook to a to c8, yeah. This bishop is so bad right now though. So he might want to play something like b5, but then I can simply take with my knight here. And should I be scared of that? I mean, he could sacrifice his rook there actually. And if I take, he takes back, giving up a bishop for one of these rooks actually. But gaining 2 pawns, but it shouldn't be enough. Let's play rook e to f2 anyways, but Ah, he can do that. Really? Okay, I'm gonna take. Let's go here. And he doesn't want to trade, of course. This bishop is still bad, though. Let's play our other rook to d1 so that he can't play his rook to d8. Let's go here. Ah, f4. That's an annoying move, actually. And if I play g3, he has bishop c5 first. Playing the computer, man. It's not fun at all. It's not fun at all. Like, I see no good move right now for me. Okay, I'm gonna go back again. Let's not let him take that knight because he gets too much activity with his bishops there. But what am I gonna play in that case? Can I play? Nah, I can't play rook to d2. His bishop is there. And this bishop is actually the one piece that is active, but it's really annoying. Maybe I can play rook to f3, then f4. But then he blocks in his own bishop at least. But then I would have to move this somewhere. He gets activity with his bishop. His light squared bishop is getting out there. So maybe bishop c1? Maybe that's it. Maybe I should trade that bishop, because this bishop now is really bad because it's blocked in by my own pawn right there on e5, right? Yeah, this bishop doesn't have any purpose here. Let's bring it back. And he takes. Let's take back. And still he persists on taking my knight there. But now I think I can play rook to f4 and not allow him to... Yeah, he can play g5 then. So maybe queen to f4 is a better move actually. But then queen a5. Trying to get to this pawn. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, queen a5. Let's play a4. Let's say I'll rook back to e1. Trying to actually get this d file for ourselves. But now he tries to get to that pawn yet again, doesn't he? Let's play h4. Maybe g3. Nah, not g. Actually, h4 might be. The computer says that it's +1, but h3 seems much better. The computer actually disagrees. Okay. Can I play queen to f3, allowing him to play f4, then capture on f4? His bishop can't get useful right now, at least. And then try to bring my rook to d3. Like that's the whole purpose of queen to f3. Like try and get rid of that rook. Yeah. g5. Okay. Let's try and continue with our plan then. Maybe g4. He plays g4. Okay. Yeah, I kind of have to take that, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I can play this move, queen to e3. Yes, let's play queen to e3. And then he takes, yeah. And he takes there, oh my. When you know you're playing the computer, you don't you just go with it. Like you know you're gonna lose. It feels that way at least. Now he's threatening to play g3. Now this was unnecessary. g4, g5 and g4. Like I thought he could play g4, but I didn't realize that that was such a great move. But it actually looks like it's really powerful. I mean, not even this check does anything, right? And my rook is really passive. Really passive. Let's play our rook to d1. And yeah, by the way, I'm drinking water with ice cubes right now because it's so freaking hot here in Norway. I think it's kind of 25 to 30 degrees Celsius right now. And that's pretty hot for Norway to be. So queen here. Is that a good move? It forces his queen to go to either e2 or c7 or b8, doesn't it? I don't think he can take. Or queen g3. Queen g3 might be a bit annoying. Okay, let's give this a check first. Let's hope he goes to g7, although yeah, he doesn't. Of course he don't. He's a computer. Or it is a computer. Queen to d4, queen g3 probably, yeah. Ah, queen b8. A bit surprised. Now maybe I can play queen to f6 and maybe get my rook into d8. I don't know how he's going to stop rook to d8, but maybe he has some counter threats of his own, like playing g3. And yeah, but his queen can't get it in. That's the problem. I'll mate him first at least. So after this move, he might have to play queen to h8. So I'm going to do that. He plays queen to g3. Oh, does he have a draw? If I play my rook here, can he just check me? And play g3, that is a mate. That is a terrible mate. Let's go back then. Or does it work? Like, I'm playing these drills to learn, and also for your entertainment and for your learning process. So that's why I'm going back and forth here. And I'm sorry about that. Not sticking with my moves, but this isn't actually a real game, and you shouldn't. Well, some would say that you should deal with these sorts of drills as if they were your own games. But I think that, at least to some extent, when you're trying to learn, you should look at what works and what doesn't work. And if you feel like it, like this, if you feel like it doesn't work, just take back, because this isn't a real game, and you learn more from uh, trying different things several times than to actually play this out, like, let's say 20 times to get all the different variations. Um, that would take too long if we would have to play this out so many times, although it might be helpful that too. But yeah, I'm gonna take back. Queen g3 is just a killer move. Like, I can't get my rook in, and it kind of just prevents every threat that I have in the position. He also threatens to take here then. Can I take on g4 maybe? And after f captures g4. Nah. I don't have a lot of options. I do not have a lot of options here. Maybe queen d6 is a possibility. Queen d6 and queen to b7. Pinning this pawn so that he could take without me having the option of taking back. The thing is, I don't want to take this pawn, because then I kind of let these two pawns become unweakened, as I say. His pawn chain gets stronger that way. And also I open up for his bishop getting into f5. I can't play c5. Could I play king to g1 though? Just making a move for the sake of making a move. But then he can take, and I take back, and then queen to g3 check. Then king to f1. Queen here. Or he could even take on h3 with check. What about a5? B captures a5. And then I can't really play b4 either. What if I play queen to d6, queen b7, capture, capture? I know I undouble his pawns there, but maybe I don't have a lot of choice. And then after that pawn trade, I can play c5 or a5 and then b4, or just even b4 right away. Actually, I can play b4 now. What am I talking about? Then this pawn might become a target. But I have to push these pawns. Like, I have a majority on the queen side here, so I should try to do that. Let's go for it. Let's try. And he takes. Okay. So if I go here, he can actually take, I take back, and bishop captures c4. And maybe I really just have a draw here. The computer says that I'm a half a pawn up right now, so yeah, okay. Can I play this move now? You can still just take here. What if I just push forward? What does the computer say here? Uh-huh. So, I don't know. It's irritating. It's so irritating and frustrating. Okay. If he wants his queen here, let's not give him the opportunity to do so. King to g6. Now I think we can march forward here. I think. Let's try that. h5, alright. Let's just continue with c5. And should we take with the pawn or with the queen? Somehow I'm thinking with the queen. Although, if I do this... Yeah, the problem is he has this nasty check. And after king h2... I could play rook back to d1. Let's try that. B captures c5. So now he wants to take again. Now I'm pretty sure we have to take. Unfortunately. We can play queen to d6. It looks really good. But what looks good might not be good. That's the thing with computers. Queen to e4. He still has this mate threat actually. Check, king h2, and then g3 mate. So I would have to actually play my rook back to d1 now. Let's do that. Can we continue with our plan with c6? I believe we can. I believe we can indeed. h4. Really? And now play h3 later maybe? And yeah, I can't promote right off here. So c7, h3. Threatening mate here. So after that, queen to g3. Wow. And after he takes with check, I take back. Then he can play queen to c2, attacking both my rook and my pawn, which would then be on c7. But then my queen is on g2, so he doesn't cover there. Wow. The computer, my god. Okay. Maybe I have to play king h2 or king to g1. Presumably king h2 because this diagonal isn't for his disposal right now. What if I do this and he plays, let's say he plays h4 anyways. And then I play c6 and then he plays g3. Check. I can't go here because then f4 would just be lethal. Maybe I actually have to go back and play queen rook to e2. Seems a bit weird. I could play my queen back to d4 though. Let's do that. Okay, let's continue the march. And he continues with h4. So it's still a threat, is that what you're saying? c7. Now I really do have to capture, or else I'm getting checkmated. Could play some like rook to g1. But why not take first and after he takes back, then play this with check? Ouch. Is that a mistake? Oh my goodness. Okay, so rook to g1 first. Queen e1. Ah. Is he trying to get a draw here? Is he trying to get a draw? Queen here. Queen here. Rook h2 and then bishop d5. I would have to give away my queen. Oh. So that's not working. Rook g1. Queen h4 check. King g2. Queen h3 check. King here. Queen f3. Ah. Oh my goodness. Damn. What about queen d2? And he takes on g2, king g1, and yeah, maybe. I don't like rook to d2 because of this move. I mean this move. Here, here, here. Give it a check. King will have to step 4 up there. The computer can see so much further. Going into a tactical or sharp position like this versus a computer is just insane. Insane, I tell you. Let's try this then. Can I go here? Can I go to c1? Can he prevent me from promoting and winning his bishop here? If I go here, he might actually just take that pawn. I can play bishop back to c8. I don't know. I really don't know what to do here. Let's try it. Bishop c8. Yep. King g1. I can't take with the queen because of queen to e3 check. But can I play rook to c2? Then it just captures. Maybe I think I should keep this pawn. But then these pawns will become so hard to get at. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Maybe rook e1? Yes, I think rook e1. And he doesn't even capture the pawn. He wants this check and he wants to take on c7. Oh my goodness. So here, then he goes here. And can I take? Then queen back to c6 check. Or maybe bishop to b7 check in that case. Oh man. Oh, there's so much going on. Maybe rook e7. Is that a move? Let's try that. Okay. Let's go here then. Yep. Yep. But now I can't move my queen. If I move it here, he just gives a check. And if I take, then bishop b7 is too powerful. what to play. Like, I don't even care about this pawn anymore. But this threat, that's why I played queen to e2, just to cover that square. Queen d1. It doesn't seem to... Yeah, okay, it's so passive though. So freaking passive. And queen c1, same thing, too passive. Although if he plays f4, I can simply take. Ah, but I have the f4 square as well. Don't I? Maybe f4. Maybe I can simply play a queen to f4. Maybe. So if I go here, he can take. And if I go here, he can't take. I'm preventing that. But I'm a bit nervous about these pawns. And queen f4 also stops those pawns, doesn't it? Alright, queen f4. Oh my goodness. Queen to b6. Am I in trouble now? Can I take? That's the question. If I take bishop b7, king g3, queen b2, queen b3 check, I mean. King to h4. At least it's out of checks, but my king is kind of stuck on h4. And it looks as if that's just a mate. I just saw that. Okay, so if I capture bishop b7, maybe I have to play queen f2 here. My head hurts. Let's try it. Queen to d6. Let's go here. So annoying. So freaking annoying. Like, I don't have this e6 square. Okay. That's not what I intended to do. I'm sorry. But I have to get onto this somehow. I could try rook to c5. But still, I don't attack this f5 pawn. Oh man. Let's try to take. So upwards was mate. Now king g3, I might have this move. After queen to b3, I mean. Oh, queen to g1. Now I don't have a choice. I have to go to h4. And then queen to h1. That is a mate. Queen to h1. King has to go back to g3. Queen to g2 check. King goes back to h4 and then queen to h3. Ah. The computer! My goodness. What are you doing to me? I'm still in check, yeah. Okay. What if I do this first? Oh. Okay, I'm kind of giving up now. I'm so frustrated. The computer says that I am plus 41. I mean plus 0.41 in this position. And that means that with perfect play, this is going to end in a draw. So I'm actually going to go back here to this position. Let's go further back here. Let's even bring it back even further. Yeah. So looking at these moves made me realize that there is so much going on in the position that even though you gain a rook at this point, he actually manages to freeze my pieces because of this pawn and because of his kingside storm with his pawns. The computer is so brutal. I mean, right here I'm plus 1.35, and I think it just goes downhill from here on. Plus 1.4, 1.04, I mean, sorry. And yeah, now this shows a plus 1.5. So I played that pretty good. Rook to d1, okay. But still, this is so tough. And yeah, okay, we can play it out. We can play it out just for the fun of it. Let's go back here. Let's play this move. Let's play it as I did. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's take. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Can I go back? Yes. But this is actually a draw, and the computer says so. That's why I agree on that assessment. If I go here, he wins my rook. It's illegal to go to any of these squares, so I only have these two options right here. And if I go to this square, maybe he has something else. That's why I don't go there. We can try. Okay. So this is just, yeah, ended in a draw. I'm quite happy though. It is the computer. It is, I think, Ribka or Stockfish. And it's really, really hard to actually get anything when you play those games against the computer. Even though I was leading with 10 moves in development, I couldn't manage anything. And maybe even this wasn't the strongest computer. Maybe this was just kind of, it wants me to, if I make mistake, maybe it makes some small mistakes or error himself. But I couldn't find the right moves. I didn't find the win here. Although I started out with +3 or 3.2 or 3 maybe. From the computer's perspective, that is. So if you don't know what the evaluation from a computer engine or chess engine is, then +3 is actually equal to 3 pawns. So plus means that white leads with those 3 pawns. That is kind of how the computer keeps the track and score of the game as it goes along, and how it evaluates positions. And if it says minus, let's say 5, then that means probably you're rook down, or maybe just 5 pawns, or the position is so bad that you have to give away a pawn in the 5 pawns, or a rook in the future, or a bishop and 2 pawns, let's say. Or that your position is just so bad that there's something really strange going on, so that eventually you will just capitalize anyways. Alright, this was fun. I hated this game, but I also enjoyed it because I feel like I learned something out of this. Like queen activity, for instance. This queen got so much activity, and this bishop did a really nice job of protecting these pawns and also guarding from me promoting. Although it was a useless piece on e6, it managed to become a really great defender. So yeah, this was my attempt on the development drill on chess.com under the attacking section there, or attack section, and try it out. It's really fun. Although you're gonna probably smash your computer after some games. It really isn't fun to play against a computer. It really isn't. But it shows that we have yet a long way to go. Yeah. Kind of stuck in my own thought there. But anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you so much for doing that. It's been a pleasure. As always, Norwegian Chess Giant tuning out. Bye.